Hey everybody, this is Mario. I just want to say I'm going to take a moment to show you how to put one of these verses on the wall. Now, I'm going to use this as my sample. Be still and know that I am God. Awesome. Some of you have some that are a lot larger and longer, and they're more difficult to put up, and I'll show you how to do that also. Okay. First thing you're going to need is to come over here on a flat working surface. You're going to need a few items. Masking tape if you have a real long verse. If you don't have a long verse, you don't need it. You do need a credit card or something like a credit card. It can be a student ID or even like a putty knife. You will need something to clean the wall, like a clean rag, lint-free preferably. And I like to use alcohol I put a little bit on there and I clean the wall. You don't have to do that though. Now let's go over here to the wall and I'm going to show you how to put the alcohol or how to clean the wall off with the alcohol. Okay, I've kind of selected my side or the spot that I want to put this verse at, and I'm going to put it right up here. Okay, so you can just wet your towel and clean it off really good with water, but make sure that it's dry when you're done. Okay, you want to clean it real well. If you use the alcohol like I like to use, just use a little bit. Test it in a spot that nobody can notice, just to make sure it doesn't take paint off. It shouldn't take the paint off. But just test it first, and then go ahead and clean your wall. This will get any oils or any residue off. Okay, what we're going to do is, normally you can just rub the back of this and peel the backing off and stick it where you want it and just kind of eyeball it to see if it's level. But if you have one that's real long, what you'll want to do is, we have some verses that are about 2 to 3 feet long, is you want to take... you want to look right here and you see I'm just lining this level up with the bottom of one of the sentences. And I'm going to draw with a pencil right across. So it looks like this. I just made a line right across the bottom of Be Still and Know That. And you'll see why I'm doing that in a minute. Next thing you want to do is you want to go over to your wall and you kind of get an idea where you want it. And so I'm going to put it right about here and make a mark with your pencil across the wall. Okay, just like that. You want your line to be longer than the actual verse itself. Okay. Go ahead and come back over to the table. And we're going to apply some masking tape. Now, as I said before, if you have a small verse, you don't need the masking tape. And you'll see why in a moment. This is going to act like a hinge for these really long verses. Flip it over to the back side. The back side is the side that has the little grids and you can't see through too well. Rub it in really good with your credit card so you get those letters to stick to that other side. If you don't rub it in that good, they won't stick that good. Okay, flip this back over. You probably want to rub it a little bit more than that, okay? And take this over to your wall. And remember that line that we drew across the bottom? Well, you want to line that up with the line you drew with your level. Okay? So for us, it's going to be right there, and that's about centered between the door frame. Take your masking tape and just press it in. Okay. So that's like acting like a hinge now. What you do is you flip this up, and now you're going to peel your backing off. So you peel your backing off, kind of come down at a 45-degree angle, just like that. If you peel it away, it's not going to work. Pause that. Okay, so you're just peeling this off, just like this, kind of coming down at a 45-degree angle. Now remember, if you have a small verse, you don't need the masking tape or anything. You could actually do this on a kitchen table. You can peel the backing off on your kitchen table and then just walk over to the wall with the verse in hand, and stick it to the wall. That is if you have a small verse that's not really long. But when you have a long one, longer than this, it is a lot easier to use this method that I'm showing you right here. Now you see that letter didn't stick to the backing? That's because I didn't rub it good with my credit card. So you can kind of just push it back on there. You back up a little, push it back on there, and then keep going nice and slow. Don't go too fast or you'll start lifting letters off. They won't stick. Okay. Now hold this up right here and drop your paper. Keep holding it up and use that as a hinge. You just bring it right back down. That's slick, just like that. Take your hand, start in the middle, and slide your way out, just like that. You want to rub that in real good. You can even use your credit card to get all those letters on that wall nice and firm. Spend a little more time on it than I am right now. But for the video's sake, I'm just going to kind of rush through this. Peel your blue tape off. Okay, now you got your masking tape off. Go ahead and start in a corner and just come down at an angle and go nice and slow. If your letters start to lift like that one, you just push it right back down. Okay? And you just keep coming nice and slow. That one's lifting, so I push it back on a little bit. And it's good that these don't stick to the paint too strong, because later on down the road, if you ever wanted to paint the wall or remove them, they come right off without damaging your paint. And just push that on there. Now remember, if you have a small verse, and a lot of the verses that we sell and that we give away to our friends and family, you don't need to put them on with this masking tape. You can just peel the backing off on your kitchen table and walk over to the wall and stick it on. Rub it in and then peel it off like I'm doing right here. You see that? It's because I didn't rub it in good enough or clean the wall good enough. So just push it on a little bit, no problem. And one of the things you want to watch out for is if you have the letter I, the dot on the letter I will tend to come off. Or if you have a verse, like Psalm 23 verse 1, the two semicolons, those little dots, okay, once you're done, just push those letters right onto the wall. And that pencil line, you can erase it, or you can use a little rubbing alcohol to take it off, and it'll come right off the wall. And that's it. You're done. Your verse is on the wall, just like Deuteronomy 6. Okay, all I'm doing is just pushing these on there nice and firm. And once you get them on there nice and firm with your fingers, you're all done. And your verse is on the wall. So God bless you guys, and thanks for watching my video. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.